What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I hope you like this video. So, Run the World, Season 1, Episode 2. So, I want to stick with this show, you guys, but I'm not sure. So, this episode was basically focusing on two of the characters, which I guess last week it focused on the other two young ladies. So, we have Whitney and then we have Renee. So, Renee calls the SOS with her friends, and she was like, I need drinks, I need to talk to y'all. And so Renee ends up with the other two ladies the whole episode. And then we sort of get a series of flashbacks. Well, at the beginning we see her having sex with her husband, and she tries to hit him with a new move. She tries to hit him with a whole, Sandy. I call her Renee. Her name is Sandy. And we hit him with the whole. No, wait a minute. Hold on. No, I'm trying to get the names right. Renee. Yeah, Renee. Renee is the one that's having marital problems that went to go talk to her friends. Ella's like the main character, and then Sandy is the other girlfriend that's dating her professor. They got the daughter, and then we have Whitney. Okay, got all four names. Sorry, y'all. So at the beginning of the episode, Renee, was her and her husband are having sex, and she tries to hit him with a new move. She tries to do the reverse cowgirl without getting off. She ends up kicking him in the face, and it's a whole issue. And they end up having this whole long argument that starts including slavery and equality and all kinds of other stuff. So she calls, she meets with her girls, and they go down to the bar, and Ella gets to flirting with the bartender, who's a white guy, and they were like, and Renee kept getting, every time they started getting sidetracked, Renee was getting upset and was like, wait a minute, this is about me. I need all eyes on me. I need all of the attention. And Ella was like, well, damn, like you cock blocking. And she was like, no, not really, because you don't date white men. He white. Let's just save ourselves the whole kit and caboodle and the whole problem. And Sandy was like, girl, you ain't never had a white man? And she was like, no. And it really surprises me that Sandy slept with a white man, because Sandy is all, power to the people, revolutionary. I was surprised that Sandy had been with a white man. But anyway, so what we learned from Renee's situation is her and her husband are married. The idea that she had was that they were living the upper middle class black American dream. He has a master's from Wharton. She has a degree from Stanford. I don't know if it was a master's or not, but she's got a degree from Stanford. And she was like, listen, and what we find out is that he has quit his job to manage a band. And so she was like, I married an investment banker, and I married you with the intent that we will be living the lifestyle of an investment banker and whatever it is that she does, because she makes enough money, because she said, listen, for the past 5 years, I've been basically floating this family. Well, floating us, taking care of the majority of the bills and stuff. Hell, at one point we find out that the man, not only is he managing this band and quit his job, he is using their money to take care of the band, buying studio time, buying equipment, things of that nature. And so she is like fed up, and she's like, listen, we getting divorced. Now it sounds like the divorce conversation is something that happens really, really often, but so her friends are sort of numb to it. But she was like, no, I'm serious, like for real, this time I mean it, it's really gonna happen. And her friends are like, okay, girl. And she's like, no, seriously, it's really gonna happen this time. And they were like, okay, girl. So then they go from arguing about that, then somehow they done got on slavery, and she was like, how the hell, like in my Deborah Cox voice, how did we get here? Like, how are we talking about slavery? And she's talking to her friends like, listen, I don't know how much longer I can do this. Like, I love him and whatever, but this is not what I signed up for, and this ain't what I want. This ain't the life I want, And I was like, listen, let me find out my man that sold my Apple stock. Ciao. And that he is, not only is he not working and I'm taking care of him, but he using the money that we do have to take care. And he was like, well, when we blow up, when we blow up. And I get it. It's a gamble. And he was like, well, you never support what I want. And she was like, excuse me? She was like, I never support you. He was like, unless it benefits you. She was like, let's look around. For the last 5 years, I haven't been doing what I wanted to do. So that's sort of what's going on with them. Okay. Then on the other side of town, we have Miss Whitney, who's getting ready for her wedding to her, African prince, honey. She is, I guess, like a hedge fund manager type of situation. She's dealing with IPOs and stuff. So that particular night, her fiance's aunts are in town to meet her, that kind of thing. They have dinner set up, and we see her talking to him, and he was like, all right, please don't be late. I'll be there. And no sooner did she hang up the phone with the boyfriend, with the fiance, her boss comes in and is like, yeah, one of our biggest clients is in town. He loves you, and he wants you to take him out to dinner. And Whitney was like, well, I really can't do that. Like, I have a wedding thing tonight. And her boss was like, well, so sad to, oh, well, too bad for you. You got to handle this. This is what, I'm sorry that you ain't going to be able to do your wedding thing. And so the rest of the evening is about her trying to balance the two. She ends up taking the guy to dinner. She calls her fiance, and he was like, listen, where are you? And he says, are you standing me up again? So that lets you know that this is a part of their regular pattern. And so she's at dinner with the client. She's trying to get the client as fast as possible through this whole situation. We also have this other side story plan where she's got the young white boy that's sort of like learning under her, but of course he's trying to get her job. And so that's the other part of her not putting her foot down, because she sees old boy in the wings. He was like, I'll take him to dinner. And the boss was like, you won't. You'll go, you'll listen, you'll learn, you'll be quiet, And so after dinner, I think would have made it had she got out of dinner. She'd have been a little late because she was already late. Then he starts talking about he wants to go out for drinks. So she was like, okay, well, maybe just one. So they get to the club, and of course, y'all know how that go. They drinking, they got the club thing going, and he starts talking about how, he's enjoying a weekend away from his husband and the kids and all of this stuff. And she finally is able to finagle her way out of there because her assistant, I guess, got high. I don't know, somebody slid her an edible or something, honey. And the assistant was high up in the club, and so she was taking her out, and she texted her fiance telling her I'm on my way, and he was like, don't bother. So it's gonna be a problem. Now the other thing is, oh boy that she slept with last week, remember Community Peen dude, he is texting her and bothering her and talking about something. So are you ghosting me? And I'm like, sir, what you mean, are you ghosting me? How does he even have your number, ma'am? You knew that was a one and done. That was a one night stand. That was you getting, filling your little oats or whatever. He shouldn't even have your number. He shouldn't have your real number. He shouldn't have no way to contact you. He really shouldn't even know your real name. How about that? Moving on. I'm giving y'all too much. So at the end of the night, Ella ends up leaving with the bartender. I guess she want to go ahead and see what it's like to sleep with a white man, honey. And they getting it in. And about midway through, he starts using the C word, C-O-C-K instead of D-I-C-K. And it was making her feel some kind of way. And she literally got up in mid-stroke and rolled out. Listen, I'm going to try to stick with this show. But it wasn't really, this episode wasn't really giving me a whole lot. I'm going to be honest with y'all. It wasn't really giving me a whole lot. But I'm going to try to stick with it because a few of y'all have asked me about this show. Y'all put it in the comments and tell me how y'all feel. Like, y'all feeling it? Like, what? Tell me what you think. If not, I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.